Nate with Big Haw Homestead, and we're on another little project here. I got a log splitter off Marketplace for Graybeard Garage, so he can split up some of that oak he has on his property. And we paid $200 for it, and right here. So we just pulled off the pressure line here because the other two are low pressure, so I'll give those a whirl and see how they work once we get some fluid in there. But the high pressure line, we're gonna go down and get a new one. So this is the start of the project. We did get the little 212 Predator motor running as well, and we ordered the coupler so they can connect. So maybe we'll get this thing running in a few weeks. But well, as soon as I can get this line in. All right, so it seems to line up pretty well on the motor. And but it doesn't. This is a little bit bigger, this older one, but I did buy the pair, so we're gonna go ahead and swap that out for this one, and then see how they line up and see if we get this engine mounted here today. So all right, we're back out here today. I went to 3 Nails Today hardware and got myself the stuff to go ahead and try to bolt that down. So I'm gonna get the hardware in there, get the couplers lined up, and then we're going to fill this puppy up and start it today and see what we get. So get to it. All right, so we're into a little issue here. This has had multiple holes drilled in it. Looks like multiple different motors probably over the years have been on it. The holes, they don't align, so I don't have a welder. I can't patch these and then probably re-drill them out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bore these out bigger. Then I'm going to go ahead and get a piece of metal that we'll put underneath it, almost acting like a very large washer. And then I can tighten it down onto that. So I'm going to have to go back to the hardware store and get that. But we're going to go ahead and I'm going to open these holes up big. And then we'll do that fix. Definitely need to get a welder though. All right, so the holes, I did bore them out. We're going to go ahead and line it up again and see if that motor lines up better. I can put those screws in, the bolts in there, and then I'll go to the hardware store and get a piece of metal to put across that bottom. So, or really big washers. We'll see which method I use. Let's see what we got. Fingers crossed here. Get this realigned back up. And we'll make sure those bolts go in. Can do it. It's the fun when you have it all put together and then you have to take it back apart a little bit. Now she don't want to go back together. There we go. All right, back together. Let's see if these holes in here align better or not. All right. That one does. That one does. One does. All right. They all line up. Now I just need to go back to the hardware store and get myself the either it's a piece of metal or a washer, a really large washer. So we're gonna go over there now. All right, at 3 Nails, and let's get ourselves what we need. The option I went with then is the lock washer, a smaller washer, and then a bigger washer, and that should basically look like this on the bottom. it works. Looks like it's going to be able to hold it, so we're going to be able to get that on there and we should be all set. So let's get to mounting it. This is definitely a harder project here to show you all what exactly is going on and what I'm doing, because my I need to get a different tripod, because this tripod does not do much in the way of capturing it. So get that up. Washer. Lock washer. And I'm a righty, so I better switch hands so I can actually do this. That is weird. Over here, the bolt doesn't seem to be as long as the other side. All right, that's on. And let's see if we can get this last one on easy peasy or not. Washer, lock washer, and the nut. All right, that's on. So all four are on. Take you down here, you can see them there. Now I'm going to go ahead and make sure the engine is lined up. I got the ones over here on there as well. And once it's lined up there, we will rush them suckers down. I love weird positions to have to do stuff in. Alright, that one's tight. Get to the second one. Sorry, if my head's in the camera. I'm trying to, like I said, the camera angles on this one stinks. I need to get a little GoPro or something I can put down in tight spots and record so y'all can see it. But overspent on production gear. All right. Well, I guess we can fill it up and start it and see if it works. Well, we got this now to fill up. I'm going to put some fluid in it. Hope this thing cranks over, works. I can use the flow bucket. lot of that in, so we're going to go ahead and put some more in. Right, start again. Pressure hose there to the that comes out of the pump started leaking. I'm gonna run it again here and see what's going on there, because I just bought that stupid hose, so we'll fix this. I mean, these are simple hydraulic setups, so at least there's that. All right, we had to take the hose back because the hose had a bad seal that we had bought. So they went ahead and swapped it out, which was awesome. And now we're gonna fire it up and see if we go again. Pretty good. Look pretty good. Split wood pretty quick. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Right, so it splits wood. It's got a little leak on the hydraulics there. I don't know how bad it is. It could just be it hasn't been running a while, but it didn't seem horrible. The unit has a bunch of fluid on it because the hose actually had a leak and it was just went everywhere. But we'll wipe it down. We'll get most of that off of there so it's not a fire hazard on there. And then the new hose looks like it's working great. I got to get something put here because the pin or clip or whatever that was there isn't staying in. So I put an Allen wrench in there just to run it first. But other than that, looks like it's going to be a good functioning splitter. Well, Nate with Big Hog Homestead, we went ahead, we got this thing wrapped up. The log splitter works now. Maybe a couple little tweaks, making sure the idle's running good. I think Xander was working on that one. But not a bad little deal there. We bought it for $200. I think we've got maybe another $100 invested in it, so we're about probably $300 onto it. And then the tires will most likely they need to be replaced. They're rotted out. But it rolls, it'll move, so it's not an urgency on my side. But I hope you liked the video. Subscribe, share it if you can, and have a good one.